smile on his face every time he walks into training. Will Hamill. Number 15, returning from the spoken about goals ever, Tyson Newell. Number 23, from Sandringham, we've got him over. We're really pleased to have him amongst the group, Tommy Ramirez. Wearing number 25, one of the most loved players amongst the group, and the boys love running out with him, Josh Smith. Number 27, we've snatched him from Casey. He's on their return from rehab, and we're really excited about having him in the group. Ned Moody. Number 28, a player that overcome some adversity through the pre-season and is absolutely flying at the moment, Ollie Moran. A big forward turned defender this year, wearing the number 30, Trent Brodder. We've got an amazing young group of players, and one of those players that is growing enormously within the program, wearing number 32, Matt Nelson. And with a bit of swagger and style about him, wearing number 33, Kate Delarue. So we need to say any more other than just wearing number 35, Juice. And one of his brothers down back wearing number 37, and number 40, a bit of pace about him, Jeremy Burton. And another one of our key defenders wearing number 43, Jesse McManus. We've got a few other defenders in our leadership group that we'll get to in time, but it's an amazing group to be associated with, and a real pleasure to be a part of their football journey. So that's a defensive group for us. Nick, you want to introduce Luke?
More than that, put your hands together for Damien. And we will welcome to the stage forwards assistant coach Luke Morgan.
Thank you, and straight into the forwards. So wearing number 4, and welcome back to the club after an esteemed leave on this for loss. Wearing number 16, expecting really big things out of Harrison Coe. Welcome back, Harry Coe, for another season. Harry's an apology tonight. Wearing number 17 this season, returning again, is Nick Bird. Like Dana mentioned, we've got a very talented young group of players, and here's another one wearing number 20, Alec McComb. And returning back to Frankston this year, wearing number 22, Bailey Lambert. Last year's leading goal kicker wearing number 24, expecting another big season, Matt Johnson. New player in the club this year from out of Dramana, Clayton Gay, wearing number 34. Wearing number 36, a player we expect big things out when he gets his opportunity, Lachlan Smith. moment, but once he gets back, we're expecting big things out of him. Riley Mihalovic. Wearing number 39, returning back to the club this year, Harrison Jones. Wearing number 41, joining his brother at the club this season, Tarkin O'Leary. Welcome back. Another very talented young player, first year at the club, Kobe Askew, wearing number 42. Wearing number 46, a new player to the club again, from the Dandenong Stingrays, Jordan Doherty. Jordan's an apology as well. Wearing number 47, first year on the list at Frankston, battling an injury at the moment, but big things when he returns. Owen Wilkins. A couple of key members of the 4-9 group are in the leadership group. They'll be announced later on.
Thanks very much, Luke. And let's just pause for a minute to think of the number of new nicknames Lockie Sharp's got. Smitty will stick for a while. Unfortunately, Tim McGibney can't be with us tonight, so in his place, Damien Keeping is going to present the midfield, and he's also promised to do a Tim McGibney impersonation to start off with.
I don't have runners on. I couldn't do it. It wouldn't be wearing boots. The midfielders who really want to be defenders anyway. So let's start with number 2, Lockie Reedy. Number 7, returning from Japan tonight. And new number this year, number 8, Lockie Riley. Number 10, one of our really valued players, Blake O'Leary. Number 11, Seb Quirk. This year will be wearing number 11, Sebby. Trust Blake to take a long while in front of the camera, hey? Love it. Really good to be able to snatch talent from opposition teams, and with this guy we've got top-notch level, great leadership qualities, and we're really excited about what he's going to bring to the group. Number 14, Darby Goodwell. Number 19, Angus Grant. We're at number 26, Taj Campbell-Farrell. And at number 45, we'll get an opportunity in the ruck at some stage. We're certain throughout the year, Denver Long.
Thank you, and well done, Damien, again. That's an excellent impersonation. This is the, every player is as important as one another, but Jackson is now going to introduce the leadership group for the 2025 Smithy's VFL season.
Thank you, Nick. So first go off the rank from a leadership perspective. Someone new to the club last year and then had a really solid year and first year in his leadership group, but coming into the second year, really looking forward to a good partnership with Corey and John forward, so no down. Next one, ever reliable down back, and again someone in his first year in the leadership group last year, but did everything with absolute immense sort of fierceness down back and everything he did off the field to be able to sort of set everything up and drive the boys on off the field. So lucky to have him again in the leadership group, Tane Barlow. Another one who's really looking forward to him coming back, and he's actually going to play his first game in about 7 months this weekend. But he's had a really difficult pre-season. He's had to grind away in rehab, and we're just really proud of him and how he's returned both mentally and physically. And we just can't wait to see him play this weekend. And it's Tom Murphy. Another one as well, he's been in the leadership group for a couple of years, but there's no surprise as to why he continually stays in year on year. He's one of the hungriest guys we've got for team success. He drives the back line really strongly on and off the field, and again, there's no surprise as to why he's coming up here as a leadership group member again, and that's Jackson Boss. Our two vice captains for this year. Firstly, in his second year at the club, first year last year as vice captain, coming to a new club, and he led with terrific intent and stepped in as captain a couple of times through the year when Trent was injured, and again just goes from strength to strength, moving into the midfield this year into a familiar position, but an unfamiliar at Frankston to play a full year there. We're rapt to have him go around again as George Gray. Our second vice captain in his second year as vice captain coming into the leadership group. Again, like when you ask a team consistently who do you trust the most in the team, this guy's name comes up week after week, year after year, and again, like he's a guy that when he speaks, everyone just stops and listens. And again, really lucky to have him leading the group as a vice captain for the second year in a row, and that's Joe Lloyd. Last but certainly not least, first year as sole captain last year, as he was co-captain the year before, but I reckon he really took his leadership to the next level last year in driving this group forward and driving us into our first finals appearance in nearly 2 decades. He does everything that's required of him, plays whatever position he's told, and he has impact everywhere he goes. Again, really, really proud of this guy, and rapt that he's our captain again, and that's Trent Minor.
Just trying to get the second microphone ready for you, Trent, but we can just share this one. First of all, congratulations, 3rd year as captain, 2nd year as solo captain, I think, is that right? Just as I'm going to ask a couple of questions of you, and then I'll hand it over to you to just give a captain's address. Just to start with, looking around the room here, I can see lots of partners and family here. You've obviously had the support of Anna for a long time. Can you just talk about the impact for yourself, but for the group, the support of partners and family have?
Yeah, absolutely. Starting on Anna, obviously she's a massive support in terms of, putting food on the table and things like that after training. Like the boys are getting home pretty late after we crack into the gym and doing review and meetings before training. Like it's a pretty rigorous sort of pre-season, and we're training long hours. So getting home to sort of being looked after with lunch done, breakfast done, dinner done. She's a massive help for me. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without her. So thanks, Anna. I appreciate everything. And I'm sure a lot of the other boys who don't quite have girlfriends yet, a few in there looking around, still sniffing around. They come home to hopefully mum's cooked up dinner or made lunch and looking after them. So yeah, friends, especially family and friends even. It's a massive help. You know, we couldn't do it without the support. It's obviously a pretty big impact, and it's a pretty big sort of, I guess, a time takes away from your sort of your day-to-day stuff. So yeah, family and friends, massive help.
Thanks, Trent. And while we're on the topic, my wife of 30 years, I'd like to thank you for all the lunches and the dinners. And it's been really supportive in my career. So, Trent, for yourself, I've personally watched you grow as a leader over those 3 years, and clearly you've had a lengthy career through the Eastern Under-18s, Essendon Footy Club, as a rookie selection. I distinctly remember a speech you made at an Athenaeum night maybe 2 years ago where we were still searching for a senior coach. So that's been impressive for me to watch, but you come into this season with a little bit of a different view from a football club perspective. We heard Jackson say, instead of selling a dream, when we've now got evidence. How does your role as a leader and the leadership group change going into this season?
I think obviously us as leaders, and probably me previously, sort of since I got to the club, there was a lot of a burden on the sort of top 5 players to come out and get it done every week. And if the top 5 / sort of top 10 weren't on and we didn't sort of play to the standard we needed to, it really fell away quickly. Jack obviously mentioned earlier that we wanted to be hard to play against last year, but we want to be hard to play for this year. So the depth we've brought in is just massive. So for the leadership group, it's been a massive help to sort of bring in some really good quality players. Even leadership. So Corey, he's come across from Willie and Casey, and he's been around the traps, and he's been a massive presence sort of in leadership wise. He's obviously not in the leadership group, but he's still out in the track, off the ground. Like he's a massive help for us as leadership group. And we've got Darbs, another captain, an ex-captain at another VFL side. Like these are the type of guys we've brought in this year. So we haven't had to sort of take the burden on playing well every week or doing everything around the club. There's a lot of boys here to help, so it's been more of a collective effort, which really has sort of connected the group, which has been a massive sort of one of our key pillars and one of our values for this year. So yeah, it's good to sort of not take a back seat as such, but just to get a lot more of the other boys involved in sort of doing little bits and bobs around the club.
A final question before I hand it over to you. It's been a little bit of a different, maybe pre-season, some earlier sort of scratch matches. There'll be a bit of a delay in terms of starting the home and away season. Maybe give the supporters here tonight an insight into what the build-up has been over the last 4 or 5 weeks and leading into the start of the season.
Yeah, obviously we've had two really good headouts so far. The first one was sort of on a Friday night, I think, when we played Werribee, the reigning premiers. It was really good for Jacko to line us up a couple of good quality practice matches. It's really nice to get a head out against the cream of the crop in the VFL with Willie to start. And obviously we came out and we played really well and sort of played to our structures and our game plan that Jacko's been obviously preaching the whole pre-season. So that was really good. And then we unfortunately went down by a small margin against Port Melbourne, but if you look at the game and you watch it, we reviewed it. There was so many key things that came out of that game that really once we fix a couple of those tiny little things, I think we're on for a big sort of start to the year, especially. It's been a bit of a different one, in terms of how we played two crackies and then had 2 weeks off, and then we're coming into one more pracky to then go on to play our first game. But Geordie's been really good at sort of managing us, getting our program to a T. So we've had a little bit of a deload week this week, so the boys have been really freshened up and ready to hit the ground running into our first pracky, or last pracky should I say, before round one. So yeah, the boys are ready to go.
And now I'll just hand over to a message from you for the rest of the group here.
Yeah, put on the spot a bit, I haven't prepared anything, but yeah, I'll reiterate sort of what Jacko said about obviously being hard to play for this year, and just if you look at the group from the side, sort of we've been preaching the Dolly's way, so that really sort of cements our three key pillars, which are fun, ruthless, and connected. Last year was obviously a massive thing. We were based on connection and fun, and you could see from the group, and you could see us out there, we're all celebrating, we're all having an absolute ripping time off the field as well. All the boys gel so well, and you know, we've had plenty of nights where all the boys sort of come together and hit the town or go to one of the boys' houses, and you could see that at the end of the year when we came back and we all headed, you know, we flew in our last game, I think we landed at maybe 12 o'clock and we all headed back to Milne's joint. So it was good to see, but we honestly thought we were going to get, I think, maybe 12 of us there, and sure enough, the boys just kept rolling in, and the whole team ended up coming. So just little things like that you really sort of appreciate, and you look back and you go, geez, we're a real connected team. But we're obviously going to bring that into next year. But I think the thing we've been preaching is a bit more ruthlessness. So we were sort of, you know, not the fact that we were hunting a lot of teams last year, coming in, no expectation, coming in with the ability to just a free hit every week, and if we win, we win, if we don't, we don't. Like, there's no expectation. This year, it's a bit different. We've obviously won our first final since 2008, I think it was, so, you know, we're up there, we're around the mark. And yeah, just this year, we're just coming in to be the hunted, so we're going to step up every week. Teams are going to come after us, so I think the boys have been preparing for that all pre-season, and yeah, we're all ready to go.
Thank you, Trent, and as I said, you're getting more and more polished every year. I would think you would have been one of the emerging leaders a couple of years ago. I think you're now really cementing yourself as one of the stronger leaders in the competition. There is a couple of things we need to do still here. Jackson, I thought I might call you up the front, because I think Harrison not here for his jumper presentation? Very, very attentive, aren't I? It's the small details that count in football, guys. So could we please... Oh, Damien, did you want to give an introduction to Harrison?
There has been no other player reach his personal best in a number of metrics like there has been with Harrison Coe across the pre-season. PB himself, Harrison Coe.
And finally, I'm going to introduce to the stage Adrian Lloyd. We're going to bring up all the player sponsors who have